Federal law enforcement officials say they are charging 5 Chicago street gang operatives with racketeering in the 2020 Oak Street hit on Carlton Weekly. The rapper, known as FBG Duck, was said to be shopping for a birthday present for his son when he was cut down in a mob-style attack. And now the feds are using a law first aimed at mobsters to prosecute the 5.
Let's address the elephant in the room, the Oblock and OTF RICO. In this video, we're going to talk about the RICO. We're going to talk about how it got started. We're going to talk about the members that's affected by the RICO. And we're going to talk about the members that is going to affect in the future. In my previous video, I told you that a RICO was coming for Oblock and OTF. And a lot of people in the comments doubted. And a lot of people in the comments said it was all cap. Well, this video is going to give you proof. This video is going to show you what's next to come. So make sure you stay tuned. There's a lot of information to give out, a lot of allegations in regards to murders, gun offenses, and other crimes. We're not going to be able to give you everything in one video. This is part 1. Make sure you stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you can know when part 2 come out. Without further delay, let's get right into it. The official RICO came out indicting the Oblock 5, which include C Murder, C Thing, Los, Kenny, and Muwap. Now, those are the names that came out with the RICO and alleged murder of FBG Duck. However, it gets deeper than that. In order to get to where this RICO's going, we gotta first look at where it started. As with all RICO cases, we know the feds watch the individuals for years before they make their move. If we look back in time, we could see the Treyway RICO. They was watching them for years, even before Tekashi came. With the YSL RICO, they was watching them for years, even before Gunna and Thug got arrested. And with this RICO, they was watching them for years also. As with any RICO, there's going to be a lot of snitches and a lot of people telling. So don't be surprised if in the future you see people snitching and other people end up getting locked up. The Oblock 5 is currently locked up and awaiting trial. Their trial date is set to be October 2nd of 2023. However, only one of the Oblock 5 has a paid-for lawyer. If we break down what a RICO comes down to, is racketeering. And with every RICO, there has to be a head to the organization. We can all speculate to who the head of that organization is, but I think we know. Some people are making fun of Lil Durk for not paying for the other guys' lawyers, but I think that's the smarter choice for him, because if he do pay for their lawyers, this will prove that he's the head of the organization and the source of the money that funds the organization. So, where did this RICO start? Well, this RICO started in the same place the YSL RICO started, in Atlanta. Around the same time the feds were watching Young Thug, another individual caught their attention with committing crimes and gang-related activities in Atlanta. The Fulton County DA does not like gang-related activity, and it seems that she has a focus not just on gangs, but gangs that involve rappers and high-profile people. In the music scene, Atlanta is known for its rappers sticking together. It's a place where many high-profile celebrities reside. It's known for its nightlife and its properties. So a lot of rappers and their gangs began to flock to Atlanta. With the rise of new rappers came a rise in crime. What does any of this have to do with the Oblock and OTF RICO? Well, like I stated, it started in Atlanta.
Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
Lil Durk and King Von were involved in a shooting in downtown Atlanta. Prosecutors state that they have video surveillance of Lil Durk shooting from a car. During this incident, the victim claimed that they were robbed and shot by Lil Durk and King Von. Prosecutors even had detectives from Chicago come down to Atlanta to testify against Lil Durk and King Von. The detectives from Chicago were basically there to detail their criminal past and confirm their gang connection. If we compare this to the Pooh Shiesty case, the same situation basically happened, but Pooh Shiesty ended up getting locked up and having to do some time. However, Durk is still out. I believe the reason that Durk is not locked up is because the feds are not done building their case. They're waiting for more and more material to come so they could have more and more evidence to build against him. This RICO case was supposed to have King Von and Durk at the top of the food chain, but King Von ended up dying. With King Von dying, the feds had to restructure their RICO and they had to focus it on another individual, and that is Dirk. Now, these statements are just opinions based on fact, but let's skim through the evidence and the proof to see if there's any bearing. Prior to FBG Duck being murdered, there was rumor in the streets that there was money on his head. A video circulated with King Von passing out money to members of Oblock and Oblock chains. FBG Duck's cousin Ruger even made a mention of that in his latest song called Oh Ruger. After the murder of FBG Duck, the FBI stepped in and took over the case. This is significant because why would the FBI step in and get involved in a murder in Chicago? Murders are usually handled by the local police at a local level. It's not usually a federal offense unless there's more to it. After the Oblock 5 was indicted and locked up, a raid was conducted on Oblock, and during that raid, THF Zoo was picked up. In any RICO case, you have to be able to prove that the crimes committed by the gang was to further the criminal activity of the gang and to help the gang advance monetarily and in popularity. So far, it appears that the members of Oblock has increased in wealth and in popularity. Oblock has become a tourist attraction, and celebrities even stop by. With all this going on and the writing basically in the sand, you would think Lil Durk would be smart about his movement and what he does on social media, but he kept the self-snitching at an all-time high. He continued dissing and providing more evidence for the feds to use. This is going to conclude part 1. If you like the content I'm providing in this channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification. In part 2, we're going to bring you more evidence. We're going to make more connections. We're going to tie this RICO case with other cases. We're going to take a deeper dive into this situation and what's to come out of this RICO case.
On August 4th, 2020, it looked like an old-time outfit attack here on Chicago's Oak Street. 2 attack cars, 4 shooters, and a hail of bullets. But the target wasn't a 1930s gangster. He was a new millennium rapper, FBG Duck. Investigators say he was a gang member whose videos had irked members of a rival gang, 5 of whom tonight stand charged with his killing under the RICO statute, Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, that in 1970 was created to help dismantle traditional organized crime, aka the mob.
The reason why it's charged federally is because we were able to establish evidence to indicate that there was a racketeering enterprise here that was involved, and this murder was done in furtherance of that.
We are going after gangs in this city. This includes gang investigations, narcotics investigations, and gun investigations. We are working together to hold gang members accountable for violence.
You have a street gang, alleged street gang, that kills another gang member in a high-profile case in downtown Chicago. So my belief is that the response is the harshest response possible once they find suspects and charge them.
And he says the evidence sometimes is gathered right from social media.